Hi, I'm here to talk about Movie Bite. This is a game based on of a parody of B movies, like the kinds that you'd see Bruce Campbell or. Each person takes on the role of a actor, and these roles are determined by two things. In every game, you get a different character. You have a quirk and you have a character flaw. The quirk are usually things that are positive that give you an ability. Character flaws are negative, so every time you play as a different person. In this game, I'm playing as Mike Rand, who is a janitor and a philanthropist. The janitor ability lets me grab things from farther away than I normally could. Philanthropist is something that other players can take advantage of, so it's kind of a player interaction. Also have these ones which are called director's notes, which are secret goals that everyone else that you have that no one else does. Overall, I'm trying to get from point A, which is the start, to the exit. So it's kind of a race, and everyone's doing it at the same time. So on my turn, I first will spend up to 6 action points. So for instance, this would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get to a spot with a prop icon, I can pick that up, and I can get more props. Try to attack bad guys. 3 types of monsters. There are zombies. These do extra damage. There are vampires. When they damage people, they get these booster things, so they start getting bigger and bigger, so they get really intimidating. And there are werewolves, which are faster and can move more spaces per turn when they move. So each monster type is a little bit different. When you change into monsters, you also get that ability yourself. So players can all, as they move, can be moving towards doors, and if they get to a door, they'll flip the this over, and it will have different things depending on the icons. You'll put things down like keys, cash, props, loot, and it says we need 2 zombies there, so we'll put 2 zombies, a vampire, and a med kit. So as you open up new rooms, they'll be populated, and then you have to explore them. So this particular room, the way it's oriented, probably this is the safer route to go. So that's going to be a decision that you're making as you're playing the game. And if I have any companions, like this worthless child here, I would move them afterwards, and they have their own stats that are specified on the card. Right here is the worthless child card, so Rebecca Coddington is taking care of the worthless child. If she gets them out, she gets victory points, but it's also a liability. These dice determine how the monsters move. The monsters are always going to move towards players if possible. If there are 2 equal players, the person whose turn it is makes the decision, and you're always going to do it to make a decision to your advantage. So since this one right here it says 2, vampires move 2, and we can tell they move because it has a foot icon and it has a plot twist icon, which means that I draw one of these cards. These are event cards that different things happen. For instance, this one says we're safe for now. Next time a spawn event is rolled, discard this card, no monster spawn. So that just stays in effect until next time. So sometimes when you roll, you'll get event cards. Sometimes the monsters will do extra damage. Other times the monsters will spawn. On the board are different spawn points. Spawn points right here are vampires or werewolf spawn points. You can tell that because it's food for vampires, which is dog food. Here we got brains, so that's a zombie spawn point, and that's blood, so that's vampire spawn point. Each one of these boards has lots of different movie jokes. Like here's a joke on Back to the Future. You can see Marty's hoverboard. Lots of references to, I think that's Porky's right there. Little Shop of Horrors over here. There's a reference to Seinfeld over there. There's The Ring over there. So lots of different movie jokes spread throughout to kind of give that entire B-movie vibe, and people who really love cinema will really enjoy this game. You'll get the spawn event. And one thing that's unique about this game is as you take damage, you get different tokens. And the tokens can either say clean or a monster. Once you have 2 of the same monster, there's a chance that if you roll a spawn event and that color of monster, and you have two or more of that kind of monster, that means you change. And for the rest of the game, instead of playing as a monster or as playing as a regular player, you're going to play as a monster. You discard your props, and now your goal and these cards flip around. Usually, character flaws were positive, or were negative. Now they become positive. Quirks were positive, they become negative. And usually, it's like the opposite of what it was. Now you're trying to knock other players out of the game, and there's no player elimination. Chance you can turn. If all the players turn, then that ends the game, and the player who has the most victory points gets. If some people get out, they start getting credits start rolling once the first player gets. Some bonuses are better if you try to attack the monster. Some players are better if they just try to escape real fast. Every time it's different because everyone has a different combination of characters every player. I really liked, and that's Movie Bite.